Have you ever wondered what happens when you give a professional dominatrix a microphone? Well, you're about to find out. Let's talk about whips, chains, cuffs, oh my. Let's venture beyond 50 Shades. It's time to bow down to the host of Mischief Matters, Mistress Schari, but that's ma'am to you.
Good evening, everyone. It is time for Mischief Matters Radio, and we are going to have some fun tonight because I think that a little bit is going to get poked fun at me, but we'll see how it goes. Tonight, I'm going to be joined by my friend Sunshine, who dates a frequent guest on our show, Nicholas from your Kinky Friends podcast, and eventually Catnip will be on the call. I'm not quite sure where he is, but he will also be joining us because tonight's subject that we're discussing is what it's like to date somebody who is well-known in the kink community, so like a kink personality, whether they have a podcast. In the case of Nicholas, who is the author of several books, and he has a podcast, and, you know, and so what is it like to date somebody in the scene where it's already controversial in a sense because you're dating somebody who is kinky and everybody knows it, which means that you kind of get lumped with them. Does that mean that everybody knows stuff about you too? So those are the kinds of things that we're going to discuss tonight as soon as everybody joins the call. In the meantime, I will take this opportunity to promote the new convention that I'm going to be the program director of. That will be in January of 2027, called Forbidden Frostland. And so you could find information about that online, or if you go to my FetLife page or any of my pages, everything that you can find is on mischiefmatters.com. And, we just thought we would have a really good, honest conversation of what it's like to be on the other side of someone who does it. Did I say that wrong? The convention, it's Forbidden Frostland. What did I say? Catnip, are you on the line? What did I say?
Sounded like you said Forbidden in Frostland.
Oh no, it's just forbiddenfrostland.com. But yeah, okay. I'm glad you caught it though. How are you tonight?
I'm tired.
Oh, aren't you always?
Yeah, but, I had 2 softball games last night, and it was like a bajillion degrees today. We know
busy,
how I do in
busy.
the heat.
I know. Well, thank God you have softball because, as tonight's subject is that what's it like to date a dom or to date a kink personality, and you need hobbies. That would be number one, right?
I mean, I think in any relationship you need hobbies.
Well, yeah, because it makes a big difference, because otherwise you're just playing like my stool pigeon all day long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Sunshine on by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I heard extra laughter there, so I was like, oh, she's got to be on now. So welcome, Sunshine, to Mischief Matters Radio.
Thank you very much.
I did give you a little preview, mention that you were going to be on, that you date a frequent guest of ours and a good friend of the show, Nick Tanek, who is an author and the host of your Kinky Friends podcast.
and YKF Cinema, yes.
And YKF Cinema, and a whole host of other things that he's got going on, which is really why we're having this conversation. No, but really, what you've been dating how long now?
I don't know, maybe 3.5 years.
Oh my God, really? Has it been that long?
Oh yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna take a moment to take a bow here. I introduced the two of them, so
yeah.
That was kind of cool. So I can kind of at least take credit for this.
Oh yeah.
So when you met Nick, he was already a kink personality. Like, he already had the podcast and all of that stuff. So was it like new for you to date somebody who kind of puts their life on display?
Absolutely. I was very intimidated when I met him because everybody knew him. He seemed to know everybody, and he had a podcast, and he's written 3 books, and he's an author, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just a girl. Like, and then I don't know. I knew no one.
But did you warm up to it right away? Because you help produce for him now, and you work with him now. But like, did you warm up to that right away, or were you very hesitant?
It sort of just happened naturally, because when you're older, relationships just move faster because you finally know what you want in life.
Right, or you're running out of time. Take your pick.
Exactly, either one. Both true. And so I think, he moved in probably 6 months after we started dating. And honestly, like, from the minute he moved in, it was like we had lived together forever. And, like, it was... But I'm saying, like, he hosts a podcast that talks about kink. It talks about sex. It talks about things that, like, not everybody wants to talk about. That didn't bother you at first? I mean, I'm not expecting that it did bother you, but I'm curious that, a lot of people would be like, oh, I don't want to have any part of that. That's all you. Like, keep my face, keep my name, keep everything out of,
Well, I do keep my face. I do keep my face off of the internet for the most part. Mm-hmm. But I don't care. I feel like I think it's probably has to do with age. Like, I'm sure in my 20s and 30s I would have been a lot more hesitant, but I don't, like, he talks about our sex life sometimes, our kink life, and I'm done with caring what other people think, I think. So
wow.
I am,
That's
so I don't...
an interesting conundrum. Like, do you think that the fact that he is so public kind of allowed you to not care what other people think? Like, do you think that kind of gave you permission?
I think it sort of was. I think there are 2 separate ideas that sort of happened simultaneously. Like, after my divorce, when I realized I could really be myself, I really, diving into kink was sort of my way of doing that, and I was just sort of unabashedly into kink. One of my vanilla friends said, you didn't just dip a toe in, and I was like, yeah, I know. I dove down and now I live there. Like, that's it. I've never come up for air because this is where I want to live. Like, so, but there's pressure too, because everything I do reflects on him. So that's the part I don't like, because I make mistakes. And like I said, I'm just a girl. And, yeah, I do help produce the show, but I'm not the one on air most of the time and things like that. So it's not always front of mind for me, whereas for him it is. But I just want to make him look good because I love him and I support him. So I try to do that when I'm public. And, that can mean, at the dungeon, but certainly also on a show like this, for example. So there's definitely pressure, but I want to make him look good, so it's not that hard.
So it's also part of, like, your desire to want to do that, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Catnip? Like, does that come up for you?
Which part?
Any of it. Any of it. Like, yeah. I'm always working. Like, it's, you tell me all the time that, like, I'm always working. So is that hard? Or is it just easy to kind of join in?
No, I mean, I think throughout the years it's gotten harder, then easier. But it's not
really. It's gotten harder, not easier.
I think it's gotten harder because I think it's gotten more like,
busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Mistress Schari, you do so much.
I think it's taken away from like us, like like it's like business. It's more like we're always on, we're always working.
Right.
Like,
it's one of the.
I think when anybody like puts themselves all into something, regardless of what it is, like aspects get lost. It's not on purpose or whatever.
That's what I was just
happens. Yeah.
Going to say that like sometimes I know Nicholas and I both share this. Like we want to do something so badly, so we give it our all, and it's like we're doing it all the time. So we're never off the clock. We're never, like we're always trying to come up with another idea, another this, another that, another way to enhance something, another way to make it better, another way to make it bigger, like whatever. It's we're always thinking in terms of that, and I would think that it would be very exhausting on some level sometimes to always keep up with somebody who's doing that.
It can be sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say, it can be sometimes. I think sometimes it's just kind of like, I know for me, that it's like, okay, because like, for example, like, oh, like you're always like, oh, I need to be doing something. Like I could be working on this, I could be working on that. And which is true, but sometimes it's like, well, can't we just be and enjoy each other's time?
And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just that, and I'm not making this as an excuse. I'm just saying that, like, when you're the one who, when you don't work for someone else, you work for yourself. It all falls on you. So, like, anytime you sleep, well, that's time that you're not putting into your business to make it successful. I'm not saying that's correct. I'm just saying that's what happens.
I mean, I know why you do it.
Yeah.
You asked me how it affects, you said it could be exhausting. So, yeah, I mean, it can be because it's...
Yeah, I imagine that it is.
Yeah.
And then because...
I mean, I think it comes down to communication. When he's so involved in something, I either say, okay, you go do this, I'm going to go do something else because I need to come out of it because it's not my baby, so to speak.
Right.
But so sometimes I leave him and just let him do his thing because we do a lot together. But there's also times where he's like, I need to use you as my sounding board. I need, and I'm there for that because, I mean, I love the things he talks about, kink, movies, whatever it is, So
I know, it's
that's
so
great.
You still think he's great.
I do. We and the other thing is I'm lucky because we're switches. So as much as I lean dom and he leans sub, he's certainly the dom in his own in his podcast. I mean, he's the man.
Right.
So
right, he's not like a wilting flower here. It's just that he prefers the bottom.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, when things, when he does, like, and I'm like, okay, I need to not be talking about this right now, so can we table this, or whatever it is, if he's going off on a tangent or whatever. I mean, it's just our we just communicate, and he's good. If I say that, he'll be like, oh, okay, I've really been talking about this a lot, haven't I, or something, and, he'll tone it back, or he'll be like, I really have to work through this, and in which case I'll be like, okay, I have 15 more minutes in me. And, I just, it's just communicating, like literally, I just tell him how I'm feeling. And he's very responsive to that, which is really appreciative, which I really appreciate. But the other thing is that he's so incredibly devoted to me as my submissive that I don't miss his attention when he has it on other things because he gives me so much. And I'm just so lucky to have that.
Ding, 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 ding. Sorry. That one kind of rings true for me, so I wanted to, say like that because that's what happens. Like catnip, like knows what I want before I want it, kind of thing. He's so in tune to that like it does get to a point where I'm like, okay, you could go take care of you. Like, go do you. Like, you don't need to be, we don't need to do this part together. It's rare, though, because I like to do everything with him. And because we don't live together. It's a little bit...
It's a different dynamic, yeah.
Yeah, but it is interesting because Catnip and I will talk about it all the time. And it's a sweet thing, and it takes a lot of getting used to on my part. But, the more he, wants to be with me, it's just that's how he, correct me if I'm wrong, Catnip, but that's like a security. That's how he shows his security. And I'm the exact opposite. Oh, I'm so secure in the relationship, I can give you a lot of leash.
So can I bring something up that, it's not bad.
Okay.
But, because we were talking about, your security is, I don't really like the word complacency, but, you're, we're in a good relationship.
I'm comfortable.
You're comfortable, right? And, I like to be a little bit more hey, I'm over here. So I was talking to my therapist, and
good. Let's get some of that in here.
No, but we came up with the
no, it's good.
I'm like, how can I get this across to men? I'm like, how, because I'm like, she's just not getting it, and she's like, well, explain it this way, maybe. And she's like, when you have a really great sweater or a pair of shoes that you really, really love, and if you don't take care of said sweater, you don't wash it, if you don't maintain No, you have that special lint, that lint thing, you know what I mean? That eventually that really comfy sweater that you really, really love gets crappy. And you can no longer
worn.
Yeah,
gotcha.
It gets worn. It gets worn down.
So you're my worn sweater? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but you haven't washed me in a while.
Oh. Maybe I'll just Febreze you instead.
Is there a hose out back?
I'll just give you some spritz.
I'll take a good Febreze. But I think that's what happens in a lot of relationships, not just relationships with people who are in the public.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, it's not distinct to people who are famous. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I think what comes of it, because Nick has a very different kink personality and whatever than you do in regards to what you guys do. I think it just rolls over differently in each other. And again, like you said, we don't live together. I'm sure that would bring a whole other, maybe it would be a lot more a lot easier to maintain certain parts of the dynamic and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So
No, I think that contributes to it. And also I think that this, something that you just said, there's also, Nick is Nick and I'm me. I am all femme all the time. Nick is definitely a man. And we both handle our own fame differently, our own personality.
He's all femdom all the time.
Right, exactly. And sometimes, it's funny. I've had this conversation with a friend of mine before who's also a dom, and we were saying how, sometimes, I get that Catnip is always you could fall apart on me, you could cry, you could let it all hang out, I'm going to be there for you, I'm going to pick, and I don't doubt any of that, but I'm the dom. And sometimes it's really hard to get past that wall, to show that side to you, not because you don't trust them. It has nothing to do with that. It is all our own ego. It is all our own shit. That we just, you can't see the man behind the curtain, even you, who I love and adore.
Yeah, it's the male patriarchy taking hold of, the dominant one in the relationship.
Yeah, it must occur. It just must occur differently for so many different kinds of.
Yeah, we're totally different because you and Nick are the stars, so to speak.
The alphas,
But I'm mostly the dominant, and Catnip is mostly is the submissive. So it's a totally different dynamic the way we react to our partners. But of course, it is otherwise. But I think just I don't want to say dealing with, because that doesn't sound good. But
no, but I think Catnip subscribes to a lot of what you said before. I don't want to speak for Catnip, but like, he only wants to make me look good. Like, he would never want to embarrass me in public. He would never want to, everything that he does with the intention of to uplift.
Yeah.
And to grandson, to make me look good. But it's just got to be exhausting. And it's and also, like, Catnip is just like you are, Sunshine. You're very capable people. Like, we've all been around dynamics where we're like, oh, okay, yeah, I don't know that sub could even, like, find their way out the door without their dom,
Right.
You guys are not like that. You
right.
know, I could leave both of you in, in a dark alley. You'll find your way out. But we definitely know people that would not.
I would find the alley cat.
You would just.
And we'll follow the alley cat.
Yeah,
would be friends.
And you would follow.
All the cats.
You would follow Catnip. That's what you would do.
That's right.
He's following all the cats.
Yeah, and I think like with Nick and I, like, I do try to make him look good. I try to sell his podcast. I try to talk about it when I can. But he is trying to, in my opinion, do that, but he also tries to make me look good. So it's weird, because I'm like, he doesn't have to do that. Well, he does as my submissive, but he doesn't have to do it, but he does. But I feel the pressure to, like, because it's money, I want to make him look good.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and then, you also want to be supportive. Like, I mean, I'm sure, we're always up, we're always on, we're always ready to go and ready to promote. But, for all of that, we also, everything that goes up has to come down sometimes. So, does he share that with you? Do you see that side?
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
Like the side where he starts to doubt himself or gets very negative, and like, then it literally becomes your job to boost him up.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely do that. I mean, there's no question, because I feel like that's my job in our relationship. So it just transfers so easily to the show, because I want him to feel good about himself. And if he feels good about himself, he's going to do a great show. Right. So it really
flows. And then he ends the show, and he feels good, and he's smiling, and like, it just all spills out.
And then our life is good. Right.
Right. No, it's exactly what happens. I mean, Catnip and I go through that with our own show, but also, most notably, I would think it's whenever I teach a class that goes exceptionally well, like, he's, been there, like, at a convention or whatever, I feel like I'm on top of, like, that's when I want to go do things, and, like, I'm on top of the world. Doesn't last long, because I'm older now, but right, like, Catnip, isn't that when I'm like,
you need to start thinking like my grandfather. My grandfather, until like the age of like 90, was like, I'm 19 in my brain.
Yeah, I get that, but I am not. That's the problem. I am not 19 in my brain. I wish I was.
No, but like the mentality like that, like, you don't allow age to dictate how you are. I mean,
well, it's not so much. I should rephrase that. It's not the age. It's literally, to quote Harrison, it's the mileage. It's just that, like, I am physically unable to do certain things that I used to be able to do.
Yeah, but then you just adjust, and you become doing new things that you can do.
Right, but when your back hurts or your sciatica is just constantly giving you pain, it's hard.
It's hard. Like, do you have any idea what it's like when a client's like, hey, can you peg me really, really hard? And I'm like, not today. Maybe in June.
Right.
You know? But, yeah, no, you're right. Like, it's just, and one of the sad parts, see, you and Nick, thankfully, don't have this particular conundrum because you're close enough in age. But, you know, Catnip and I are 15 years apart. Like, he's got more energy than I do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's weird. You know, you'd think the guy that survived a transplant would have less energy than someone who didn't.
No, he's on a second lease on life. He's got lots of energy.
That's right.
I was going to say, I don't know how much more technically energy I have.
Yeah, I know. I love you a lot. I love that you're getting older too, because you're slowing down, and that's good for me.
I pretty much would sleep, and this is since I've met you, like 16 hours a day if I pretty much could.
You have to.
So the energy
we both
level,
love sleep.
I think we're on par. I think it's just the wanting to do things. Then
it is true, though. I will say that, like, sometimes, like on a Saturday or Sunday morning, Nick and I will text because we're the only ones up.
Yeah, and when Catnip sends me something at 2:00 in the morning and gets a response, he's not surprised.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Right.
Like, look at this thing about...
Like, sometimes I'll have a good idea, or Nick will, and we'll be in touch with each other, and I'll be like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I'm waiting for Sunshine to wake up.
And I'll be like, hey, at 2:00 in the morning, hey, look at this cheese meme. Sunshine.
Look at the cheese meme I found.
I just saw that one.
That's so funny. But it's true. But you know what? I have some other questions for you, but we have to take a quick commercial break because, you know, we've got to pay bills. And then we will talk about more stuff when we come back.
Okay.
Okay.
That's right. At 10 p.m. every second Wednesday on ArtistFirst.com, it's the worldwide internet show, the GL Henderson Radio Hour. Tune in to hear his special guests from professionals, live topics, and get a blast from the past with musical legends like Lisa, The Temptations.
I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go.
Manhattans.
Honey, you are my shining star.
Shanice. Shirley Murdoch.
And we slept the night away.
Dana Dane.
To make it interesting, it's me, Dana Dane.
Tina Marie and more. Tune in to the GL Henderson Radio Hour, the king of relationship drama fiction. Every second Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ArtistFirst.com.
Are you in the market for kinky and not quite vanilla people to connect with, date, or even just enjoy some adult fun? Maybe you're looking for the chance to learn from experts on relationships, sex, and kink education topics. Hi, I'm Nookie Notes. And if you answered yes to those questions, I invite you to check out my site, Dating Kinky. At Dating Kinky, we provide a one-of-a-kind dating site experience. You'll find an education hub with live and on-demand classes and workshops, books, and more, and an interactive community where people from around the world can meet and engage. And coming up on the horizon, look for the premiere of our Dating Kinky app. For more details, come check out our website at datingkinky.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at Dating Kinky and on Instagram at Dating Kinky Official. I look forward to meeting you. Thanks, and have a kinky day.
Welcome to another broadcast of Spiritual Concerns, the Deborah Ruffini Show on Artist First Radio Network. We're live from England on Saturdays and Sundays, 3 p.m. New York, 8 p.m. London. All past shows are podcasts. Find them at artistfirst.com. I'll be your host, where issues relating to the spiritual matters of concern will be largely examined and discussed. Enjoy the show.
Okay, thank you for coming back to Mischief Matters Radio, where we are discussing with my good friend Sunshine what it's like to date a kink personality, because she dates my other good friend in kink, Nick Tanek, the host of Your Kinky Friends, which I do a lot of collaborative work with him. And I, I'm totally taking credit because I introduced the two of you. So, which is fun because I pretty much get to just, lord over your relationship from now on.
But we're so happy that you did that. So you can do that as much as you want.
But it brings up like some very interesting things because when we're off, like when we have a bad day, it's like the end of the world. Hair's on fire. And everything has to stop, and we hate everybody, and everybody hates us. And I mean, like when you have a big personality, well, you also have a big crybaby moment too when they happen. Like everything is bigger, like Texas.
It's the only thing that's the same, but yes, okay.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, what, like...
No, it's true. And then Catnip and I get to use our softer side.
Is that what happens?
Oh my... Yeah, I mean, we don't want you to be sad. Like, yeah, I like when Nick's upset and he thinks, like, the show is terrible and, like he always says this about us, like, well, today could be the last show. I mean, part of it has to do with money, but part of it is, well, you always need the next guest or, the next best thing, and how do I know I'm going to find that?
Or you could just get hit by a bus, as I always say.
Oh, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And certainly, Nick and I have a very, he's got a second lease on life because he's a transplant survivor, and I have that, he could die at any minute type mentality, which makes us treasure what we have. But it's also a lot to weigh on, like that it weighs on you.
Yeah, but you bring up a lot. Another good thing, like it's a good segue into like it's really important that like Catnip was touching on it with like disclosure that like everything. Like it shouldn't be a surprise. Like meaning like who we are in the world is, of course, going to be different than who we are privately with you, but it shouldn't be a drastic difference.
Right. Yeah, like we shouldn't be surprised when you get upset because it was a terrible whatever. Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, but what else did you mean, Catnip? Like when you were saying disclosure to me earlier, what? Can you elaborate?
I meant like disclosure of like, as a professional, how much do you disclose to your partner? Like Nick obviously has a different kind of thing. Again, is all very public, and Sunshine is pretty much there most of the time when he's filming.
Right, like on board.
But like different, like between you and I, whereas like
you're not there for every session.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God. No, but also like you have like you also have to respect each other's private life. Like there are certain things we can't reveal or give away because I have to protect you as much as I'm on open for everybody to see. Like we have jobs, we have things that
Yeah, so like that's what I kind of meant by disclosure. Like obviously Sunshine and I'm assuming. Like, Sunshine isn't Sunshine's name. Catnip isn't my name. Really?
It's not? You've been lying to me this whole time?
It should be. Maybe I should go back and change it.
Sunshine?
I do have a pair of sneakers that say Catnip on them.
But it's so funny, and I know I tell Sunshine this all the time, because when she first told me what her sub name was, like, I thought she said Subshine. So she's in my phone as Subshine.
Yeah.
Like, I never changed it. It's still that way in my phone.
Just like
I don't even remember that. That's so funny.
You're in my phone.
I think it was my own, like, I heard it that way, and that was that.
Right. And that's so funny because, when I first entered the community, I really thought, okay, I'm a sub. And now
Right.
I'm still hanging on to the submissive part, but yeah, definitely lean down.
I think the submissive part is a lot for play.
Oh,
And
right?
I think also people don't realize, I mean, this is off topic kind of, but like, I think people always equate submissive as the person with the bottom part. Like, you could be receiving stuff and not be submissive.
Right.
Right.
You know, so like you might just be a bottom but not a submissive. You could still be dominant while you're bottoming.
Oh,
right.
absolutely.
Because you could be like, bitch, hit me like this. Like.
Exactly. And that's how you address Schari, too. Bitch, hit me like this.
Yeah, right.
But
Sure.
I'm not just the bottom. I'm a submissive. That's
Right.
the difference.
True.
I know. It's funny, too, because, you know, like, as a submissive, you see people treat submissives so differently across the board. And, like, I still say please and thank you, even though I'm telling my sub to do something. I still, like, I don't drop certain mannerisms just because I'm asking somebody to do something and I'm the dom. I can't stand that when people do that. I think it's rude. Like, oh, I'm a dominant, so I don't have to be polite. No, that sucks. That has nothing to do with it. You know?
Right. Yeah.
It just means I'm in charge of the bank account, and he's not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think some, you know, straight men feel like that's the thing. That's what you do. No.
Right.
No,
right.
I'm a man. I get to be an asshole. Well, you do have that in you, but is that what you want to be known for?
Right. Like, do you want to use your powers for evil or good?
Exactly.
You know? Are you a good witch or a bad witch? It's not that hard.
Use your kink for good.
Right, exactly. And you know, and that's what's so funny, too, because thank God that Nick and I are, like, normal kink personalities. Like, we're podcasts, we talk positively, we talk whatever. But there are some kinksters whose persona, right, is not nice. But that is their persona. That's their public persona.
Right.
But then the people that are with them all the time have to deal with that.
Right. Yeah, it's
you know, like
weird.
And that,
yeah, like how are they when they're not that? Yeah, I don't know.
Right, like either they're like whiny, helpless sobs, maybe, or they're even meaner. I mean, I don't know. Like, but there are some people that, like, you know, you think that they are so good when you see them. And then you find out that, well, you know, like it's like with anything, you know, like you think somebody, you think you know somebody, and then you find out that they're, you know, bigamist or something, you know.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's like finding that out about actors. I find the most, or you know, people in the public eye, not politicians, but you know, but actors. Yeah, all of a sudden you find out, oh, they're terrible to work with, or whatever, or they're the nicest, you know, and that's just But yeah, I mean, I think you and Nick and Catnip and I, like, we all just, our true colors show regardless, and they're nice colors. They're good colors.
We have good colors, good team colors.
We rainbow.
Yeah, no, but it makes a difference. I mean, I like there are people that, like, you know, they put on that outward toughness, and we've seen them in different kink spaces where they're like, you know, they walk, they stomp. They don't even like walk next to me. They stomp, and they, you know, everybody. But like most of them, when you get to know them, they're like usually big teddy bears, even the women. And but like, I just I don't know. I guess I'm glad that I'm not so. I'll use a word that Catnip likes, but like I'm not like bipolar that way. I'm sure I'm bipolar different ways, but not where it's like so night and day. You know,
right?
Because we definitely know people that are like, when they're out in public, they are one way, and when you get them alone, you're like, wow, you're like not even the same person.
Right.
You know, and that I think would have to be harder to date somebody like that.
Yeah, because it's much more of like an off-on switch. Like, I mean, you know when you're on, and I know when Nick's on, but it's still, Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not
It's
like,
more
oh, now I'm
predictable.
going to
Like
use
Nick
this
and I are much more
personality.
predictable, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
You know, which
you're
is,
really, really nice people. And that shines through.
Right. I know. That's why I'm the nice Dom. I love that. I love
That's
that.
right.
That's my nickname, and I don't want to change that. Like, I have no interest in, not being the nice Dom. I'm totally fine with that being my reputation.
I guess you don't want to combine nice and accidental. The accidentally nice Dom.
Well, they kind of do. Like, they kind of do combine. Like, that's, that's the title of my book, right? Like, The Accidental Dom. What's a nice Jewish girl like you doing with that whip in her hand? Eventually we'll write it. But, it's, it really, it's so important, though, I think, that Nick and I have the two of you. Because I don't know that we would be able to continue to do what we generally love doing. That's the thing. It's not like we're doing something we hate. We really love doing it. And so it's very frustrating when it doesn't go your way or turn out the way you wanted or blah, 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 a million things. So to have the two of you supporting us, like, I don't know that many people can do it without somebody who supports them, like the way you guys do.
Yeah, and I think we're all lucky because I think we want to support you both in your life and in your professional life. And for Kink, for Nick too. That's, I want to support him.
And that's the thing that people miss about Kink all the time.
Oh,
We
yeah.
want to do
it's
this.
just beating. That's what people think.
Yeah,
What?
we actually want to do this. We actually get joy when we serve or get served by people who care about us. And, like, that's the thing that I think gets missed all the time, why Kink has such a bad rap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody
On the other
always thinks
hand,
that it's beating. It's not. It's a lot of work. It's writing books. It's podcasting. It's wearing different outfits. It's a lot of heels. A lot of stockings.
A lot of stockings.
Yeah, thank God it's summer.
Yeah, I know. I wore stockings to work today, but I put on a sweater at work today. It was so cold. I had a sleeveless dress
It was not
on.
cold outside.
Oh, no, I know. And I took off my sweater before I went back out for lunch. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was nice out. Although I went and got nanobleeding done today, so that was fun. That that's the kind of thing, like, whenever I get a procedure or something done, like, they're always saying, does that hurt? Are you hurt? Does this hurt you? And I'm like, dude, stop
You don't know
asking
me.
me that. Like, I'm like, even if it hurt me, I'm not going to tell you. Like, I'm not going to tell you. Like, that's just not what we do. But it was so cute and so funny. She was so nice, the woman who did it. And she kept saying, oh, did I hurt you? And I'd be like, no. And if you did, that's okay.
I think SNL recently, I think it was SNL, had a skit about a woman being waxed, and Nick was like, oh my God, is that what it feels like? Because she really just, and I was like, well, yeah, I guess. I guess I'm just used to it. Like, but it didn't even, like, he was like squirming in his seat because he was like, oh my God, that must be so much pain. And I was just like, yeah, that's it.
You should have Mistress Schari
wax Nick for one of his podcasts.
For one of his podcasts.
Oh God.
That's like
okay. It's not.
That's kind of like the 40-year-old version, but just like one spot.
Oh my God, we totally should. I mean, I am a licensed esthetician. Why not?
I know you are.
It's not like I'm saying. Like, it's not like we'd be doing anything wrong. I can do this.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
He's going to come up and be like, no. I get to pick the part. But I get to pick what gets waxed. I don't know if he's going to like that. I mean, he'll do it.
Oh.
He'll do whatever I say, but
that's true. But make it an easy area for me. I can't stand when it's like those little crevices and corners. It's not easy to wax those spots.
It was funny, actually. I just said to him, now he's like, he has hair, but he's not like super hairy.
Right.
But I just said to him as I peeled my legs off of the chair when we were getting up, we play a chess game. and like continually. And I got up last night and I was like, "Oh, you're so lucky you have hair on your butt and your legs."
Right, because you don't stick to shit. Exactly.
No, I'm like, oh. I'm like, I said, I will never have you wax your legs or butt. I said, because I don't want to do that for you.
Right, I don't want to do it. What's so funny is, like, my husband didn't want to get waxed or anything when I was in esthetician school, and I needed a place to practice, so I would just sneak up on him.
Oh, my gosh. Seriously? That's great. Your left shoulder looks fantastic.
Like, I would sneak up on him, or we'd be sitting around watching TV, and I was learning threading, and all of a sudden I would just thread hair off his arm.
So funny.
I should have known that I was a little bit of a sadist even then. Like, duh. Just sneaking up to people and removing hair. That's a little sadistic.
Who wants to sit next to Schari now?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't notice that about myself before, but wow, the signs were all there.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my God,
that's very funny.
But yeah, and it's funny because when you even for you, like when you're dating somebody in kink, like you would just be sitting there watching TV, you have a new toy, and you just like randomly hit your partner with it. Hey, did I hurt? Like,
yeah, like our normal isn't everybody else's normal. Like,
right.
It's just not.
Right. Your normal took like a left at Albuquerque.
Seriously, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, we need to take this stuff upstairs because people might come over today.
Right. Oh, my. I know. You have no idea what it's like. It's like a scramble whenever we like have a maintenance thing at the dungeon, like where we have to call somebody to come in. I'm like, oh, my God, let's hide everything. How do we do this?
That's very hard to do.
It's very hard
Sheets
to do.
everywhere. We're protecting the furniture.
Yeah, no, there's ghosts. There's ghosts. Leave them alone.
There you go.
They don't want to be bothered.
No.
But, yeah, no, it's funny because, like, I just even remember when we moved in, like, they didn't, I was downstairs putting together some of the equipment and Verizon came. And nobody told me that he was down there, and I turned around, and he's standing dumbfounded in the middle of the floor. Like, absolutely horrified. Like, oh, my God, what is this that I walked into? Like, like, I'm going to die,
And it's such a pretty neat dungeon either, too.
I said, oh, relax, I'm a photographer. These are props. They all go back tomorrow.
That's good.
And he immediately relaxed. He was like, oh, okay. Like, the fact that he believed me is incredibly stupid of him. But,
he wanted to. He clearly wanted to
believe me. Right. It was important that I was telling the truth in that moment.
Yes.
That's funny. But, yeah, it literally was like a moment like that where everybody, they were like, oh, just go downstairs. And I had to, like, explain it all. So... but it's always fun. I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, does he get this too? Like, you'll go out places, and sometimes I'll say to my partners, I'll be like, let's not tell anybody what I am or what I do because, like, I just don't need it or whatever. Or sometimes we're out places, and the people I'm with can't wait to tell somebody what it is that I do because they just want to shock them.
I mean, honestly, with our
lives... It may
lives...
not happen for you, but might happen with other people when they're around Nick, too,
Yeah.
Like people that aren't around him all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just watch what we say around who because it just depends. We're... So many of our friends are kinky, so they know who we are and what we do.
Right.
And then our vanilla friends also know that, so, like, they're not shocked. Our family knows, but doesn't know.
That's why I don't get invited to a lot of things anymore by my vanilla friends because, it's always fun when I'm around. It's always I talk about sex. It's always a problem.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Nick's personality is that he likes to shock people. That's like he I shouldn't say that he likes to shock people. He likes to get a reaction out of them.
Yeah, well, he is by definition like a shock jock.
To a degree, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't always...
And not like a bad thing. It's just like that's like
right.
the category.
Right. And I think he was... I think he was just a little surprised when I sort of wasn't, like, shocked at things. Not that I didn't know... Not because I didn't know about them. Just, like, I didn't react the same way because I was like, yeah, that's normal. I don't know. It just...
Right. Well, no. I mean, and I say this with love. He's a boy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they always think that they're going to shock us or keel us over or say something that we've never heard of before. And you're like, dude, I can read and I have the internet.
And the thing that makes me laugh so much is that, like his podcasts, like, they're his babies. That's what he loves them. I love that he does this. It's beautiful that he's, you know, I mean, he started his first podcast to promote his book, Your Kinky Friends, and then it just took off from there. But he, I don't know where I was going with this. Huh.
Oh, that's okay. We'll bring it around somehow. But
yeah,
I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, he has a lot of pride in what he's doing. So it's kind of like it's always there. It's always at the forefront, you know?
Well, that is definitely true. And I think he knows that he can talk about podcasting with me, like, 24/7, and I'll just let him. You know, most of the time, you know, if it gets to be too much for me, like, I'll just tell him or, you know, whatever. Like, he doesn't talk about it 24/7. Like, it's just...
Right, no, of course not.
But he is percolating ideas, like, sort of 24/7. Yeah. And I am his sounding board.
I walk around with a notebook.
Right. And I like being his sounding board, or I say something and he goes, oh, my God, we should do that for a show, or, you know. And
right.
And, you know, that's, like, we try to inspire each other. But, yeah, sometimes it gets to be too much. And then we, you know, we love media. So we read or watch movies or listen to music or, you know. And, of course, we love kink. So, you know, there's that.
You can always just, like, you know what? I don't want to talk right now. I'm going to tie you up and leave you here.
Exactly. Like, there's always a really good alternative.
Right. Right. Like, you would totally get away with doing that.
But no, I mean,
it must be like nice, like to be able to like take a break once in a while, like for you, because like if we never took a break, Nick and I would be fine. I mean, we'd have moments where we'd complain, bitch, and moan, but we would choose never taking a break versus being on a break.
Right. Yeah, and Catnip and I would choose the opposite.
Exactly. Well, you're the yin to our yangs. That's the whole thing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, and it works.
Yeah, that's why it works. You know, and I know that Catnip is always worried about spending a lot of time with me, but that's the beauty of me getting older. Eventually, I will be less mobile, and then he's just going to have to take me with him everywhere. So he just has to learn to be patient.
No comment.
Oh, come on, that was funny. But you know, it is true though. Like, I'm definitely like, what was I going to say? Like less. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. This is the other thing that happens. Do you find that this happens all the time? With Nick, it must happen a lot too, where we just like forget what we're saying in the middle, and then I just pick something else to talk about.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, it's terrible. And I'll say, I'm not high. I just do this. Like, that's just me. And honestly, like, I've always really had, like, an ADHD brain, but I don't ever think I put any stock into it. And now, in my 50s, I feel like I'm like, oh,
yeah,
this is really something. Yeah, like, this is really something that's
not getting better.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's gotten worse as I've gotten older, and I don't know exactly what that means, or maybe I'm just more attuned to it. But I have found that, like, I went on his podcast with, just as I just stopped in the other day, and I learned my lesson because I did. I totally stopped mid-train of thought, and I totally forgot what I was going to say, and it was live, and I know this is live too, but I brought a pen and paper this time, whereas last time I didn't, because sometimes when I think of something, like you're trying to say too many things. Like there's too much stuff in our brain.
I watch, you know how I'm one of those crazy people that watches the news all the time. That's what they do. When they're interviewing somebody, I watch them. They take notes so that they remember to ask questions. It's a really good thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I should respond to that. If I can't remember what that is, that's a problem.
Right, exactly. So, but all right. Well, this is fun, and I hope that people get a little inside scoop as to what it's like to date one of us crazy people who talk about kink and stuff all the time, because it's very, it's like our whole world, and then we bring you into it and expect you guys to love it as much as we do,
Well, we pretty much do.
Yeah, that does help. It does help that we found you in those circles.
Well, this is true.
But I thank you so much for coming on tonight and for sharing what it's like behind the scenes with Nick Tanek. And we could go ahead and, why don't you give him a nice little plug?
Oh, your Kinky Friends has another podcast called YKF Cinema. Kinky people talking about movies. Please come on. I believe there's a show on Thursday, and possibly also Friday.
I think, Friday, Nick and I are doing one.
Oh, okay. Well, then
I'll already be at the theater on Thursday, so I can't do something on Thursday.
Yes. Well, but stay kinky, people. That's what I have to say. And thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's nice to come out from behind the curtain sometimes, right?
Yeah. Just a peek. Just a
little peek. All right. Well, thank you. And thank you to all of my listeners, wherever you are listening to us from. We really appreciate you. And please, by all means, send us any ideas that you have for the show to m.schari@mischiefmatters.com. And you can find us at mischiefmatters.com. We're on FetLife at mischiefmatters.com. I think we're on Facebook that way and every other kind of social media. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and just don't forget that if you are interested in coming to an immersive event of a kink convention, there's a brand new one now in January 2027, and it's called Forbidden Frostland, so you could look that up as well, or send me a message, and I will happily send you some links. And I think that covers it. What do you think, Catnip? Did I forget anything?
No, that sounds about it.
Okay, so thank you for listening to Mischief Matters, and remember, a little mischief matters. Have a good night.